Just waiting for a couple people to enter the chat. You guys got any questions? Have I ever been cheated on? No, I've never been cheated on. Um, no, never. I can't say I have. Um, do wet dreams kill brahmacharya? I don't know, man. I've like I said, my experience with wet dreams is very limited. I've only had like a couple my whole life. I've never had that problem before. I by brahmacharya, I guess you're meaning like semen retention, right? The times I did have it, yeah, I felt like my energy was gone. That's for sure. My current business goals. What are my current business goals? Um, right now, I'm working with some stuff to do online. It's like complicated. It's like digital marketing and stuff like that. I'm still learning about it. I don't want to dump a bunch of money and just waste a bunch of cash doing this. I was going to be importing raw materials from Ukraine before, and I was really close to doing that, but I didn't pull the trigger on it. I really want to do it, and I know it would have been successful. It's just one of those things I don't know. I started overthinking it, and I just didn't go through with it. It was a stupid idea. Should have just done it. But right now, I'm working on a couple different things. Working on a couple different things. I think that the way of the future is just do something online, man. The internet's exploding right now. It's like the wild, wild west out there. You know what I mean? Nobody's really like controlling anything. It's crazy. You see so much clickbait and so much garbage out there that it's ridiculous, man. It's like 90% of the internet right now is just clickbait. There's nobody regulating it. So if you go out there and do something like genuine, something good, I don't know. The rules pretty much state that it should be good, right? Should the universe should reward you for that, as long as you're not being a charlatan or something like that. I swear, most of those guys out there right now, these internet companies, are just charlatans, man. Do you know Q Jong technique? No, I don't, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know so much about the Eastern practices, man, when it comes to this stuff. Damn, there's not a lot of people. Last time I did one of these, I had like 30 people in the first 2 or 3 minutes. No, man. Instagram and social media. I've been trying to spend as little time as I can on social media. It's crazy, man. Instagram, it's like people are just they're dopamine seeking. When you're on Instagram, you're just dopamine seeking, scrolling all day. There's a reason you can't pull yourself away from that. You know what I mean? It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. Like social media is evil, man. They have psychologists, they have professionals in the background there, doing every little thing they can to keep you on there as long as they can. The longer they could keep you on there, the more they could sell the ad space for. You know what I mean? So I erased my Instagram. I erased everything, man. I erased all my social media accounts. I have a social media for this channel, right? For the channel where I just post pictures related to this, but I don't follow anybody. I have like 4 people that I follow. I follow like Captain Sinbad and like 3 other people. Nobody really, man. So I don't have any, I never scroll, right? Never check out any hashtags or nothing. I'm just hoping to pull more people into this channel, right? Maybe help somebody, man. Maybe they'll hear something in one of my videos that will change their life a little bit. I recommend staying off that stuff, man. or limited to 1 hour a day max. Okay, what do you got here? How much did I sell the last business that I had for? I don't really want to say. I don't think I should say it. I don't really care about saying. I just don't know, but the current owner would respect that. No, I'd rather not say it. Your schedule for the day today it's 6 p.m. for me right now. So I'm gonna do this for 1 hour. I'll answer some questions and then I'm gonna go meditate for 20 minutes right after this, and then I want to finish this book. I started reading this book this morning, and I'm almost finished it. I have 40 pages left, and that's my goal is to finish that before the end of the day. That's all about fasting, this book, and I'm on a fast. I'm on 60 hours fast right now, and I wanted to do 1 day dry fast because I heard that I don't know increases the benefits. But I just had a glass of water before I started this thing, so whatever. I don't think it's a big deal, anyways. Um, and after that, I'm gonna go to sleep early today. I'm gonna go to sleep early today. I'm gonna go to get a haircut tomorrow morning, so I gotta wake up super early. Just good for the day. What's up, bro? What's going down? My ethnicity? I'm Polish, man. I was born in Poland. Social media is not a good idea on Nofap. Yeah, social media, man, all that stuff is it caters to your instincts, man. Caters to your animalistic side. They know what you want to see. They know you want to see tits and ass and chicks and dogs, man. So that's the main thing that's gonna get lots of likes and it's gonna go viral. It's gonna be the front page of every hashtag you go to. You get nothing out of it, man. You get nothing out of it unless you're only following like motivational posts and stuff like that. Even then, that's still dopamine seeking. You're not actually going out and doing anything. You're just dopamine seeking the whole time. You're being comfortable. Stop being comfortable. Daily schedule from morning till night. Today I have a day of just resting because I'm already on like my third day, I guess, of fasting. Right? I guess it'll be third day now. So I'm resting all day. I've been reading all day. I went in the sun. I sat in the sun for 2 hours. I was reading in the sun also. I meditated like crazy today. I noticed my meditations are much stronger on my fasting days. What else did I do? Nothing. I walked around the park for like 20 minutes, half hour. I did some work. I did some work on the laptop. I studied my courses that I'm taking, and that's it. It's been a boring day, man. It's gonna continue to be a boring day, but I feel really good. I don't know, man. I have like a sense of bliss inside. It's the Nofap, I guess, whatever. Normally, I'd be hella bored. I wouldn't be able to do stuff like this. I wouldn't be able to have such a boring day. But it's been really productive. I've been journaling. I've been writing lots today, actually. I'm currently 15, currently on day 36 of Nofap, but it's a struggle. I know, man. It is a struggle. Once you hit like 40, 42 days, it gets easier. It gets really easy, man. Like dude, I have urges every day now, but they're nothing that I'm afraid of anymore. Like it's not like it was before. I can't really describe it. It's just like you barely have to fight it anymore at this stage. You know what I mean? But just don't get cocky, because I've been here many times. I've gotten cocky and I fucked up. But like it's not hard to say no anymore. You can still stay at home and work on your computer and stuff like that, and it won't matter. But that's like after 40, 42 days. Just make sure you're doing lots of meditation. Morning till night. Yeah. How long is your longest streak? My longest streak? I never really kept track of it. I should have. I had vague ideas. I had a couple streaks over 100 days. I had like 2 or 3 streaks over 100 days. The longest didn't go over 120, but I had lots of streaks around like, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 days, right? Lots of the longer streaks, tons of those. And for every one of those, I probably had 10 couple day streaks where I fucked up, maybe more than that. Um, I've done 5 days water fast and I felt more energetic than ever. Yeah, man. I've done longer fasts also and they're really, really good. It's super enlightening, if you want to use that word. What do I think of 12 years of semen retention? It depends what your goals are, man. If you want to become some super famous writer or, I don't know, some super famous scientist or somebody like that, then go for it. Yeah, of course. You got to understand that you're giving up kids and a wife and stuff like that, because unless you're like 15 right now, and even then, because dude, think about it. If you're 20 and you're gonna go do 12 years of semen retention, think about it for a second. You're gonna be like what, 32? It's gonna be crazy. You know how hard it is to find a chick at that age? The age difference is gonna be so weird. Any girl is gonna be like 25, 26, and she's still not gonna be with anybody. That's already gonna have like some red flags. Like 24, 23, whatever. I understand. But any chick that like hasn't settled down by that point, I don't know. I'm pretty conservative when it comes to this stuff, man. You know, a lot of people are like glass half full type of people, but I don't know, man. For what I've seen in life, I don't know. The good girls usually get married really quick, you know. And then they don't get divorced because they're good girls, right? Like they're the other 50% of the population that doesn't get divorced. So I mean, and then if you're talking about 12 years of semen retention and you're talking about doing carezza and things like that, man, good luck. That's I don't believe in that at all. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get the same benefits if you practice carezza and if you're still having sex but you're just not coming. I don't know. It's like you're trying to cheat the system, you know? It's like you're trying to diet, but you're trying to eat cookies at the same time. It's not gonna work, man. It's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be hard, man. You're supposed to be like those famous artists that completely gave it up, man. They completely never got married, never had kids, never hooked up with any chicks. They're famous, you know, for their celibacy. Uh, like I said, man, you pick one or the other. You can't have both, right? That's my idea on it. I think if you try to practice charisma, one, you're sooner or later you're gonna bust a nut. That doesn't matter. That's a guarantee. Sooner or later it's gonna happen. And even if you don't, you're still releasing all sorts of endorphins, chemicals, all sorts of stuff because you're rock hard and you're having sex, man. Like if it feels good, then that's already your first sign right there, man. Um, like I said, my standards are pretty high and they're pretty extreme. I'm guessing if you want to do 12 years of semen retention, then you have pretty high standards and you want to achieve some extreme things out there, right? So it's your choice, man. I wouldn't do it personally. The longest I would do semen retention is maybe a year or 2 years, probably. I think that's all the average guy really needs to get himself going comfortably in the world of business, health, and find himself just like a perfect, super hot chick that's really good, you know, has a good personality and all that stuff. It really shouldn't take you longer than that. Which books do you recommend for improvement? I'm gonna make a video about this, like my top 10, because that's a crazy question. I don't want to take up an hour of talking about it. If you're gonna start with anything, start with Think and Grow Rich, Think and Grow Rich, or The Coiled Serpent. If you're just getting into this, the Nofap thing, get The Coiled Serpent. It's free. It's the second link on Google when you type it in. Um, What is your process for meditation? What do you do to meditate? I sit down first thing in the morning before I check my phone, before I start clouding my judgment. I sit down. I start to focus on my breath. I have to make sure your spine is erect, make sure your spine is straight, and then start focusing on your breath. You'll notice that after about 5 minutes, your brain will begin to quiet down more and more. If you try to check your phone or do anything like that in the morning, then you're gonna have a really hard time silencing your brain. I'll tell you right now, you're not gonna do it probably. Just go straight into a upright position and start breathing through your nose slowly, controlled breaths. And the breath out should take longer than the breathing in. It should be nice and relaxed, right? And you just want to feel all the contact points. Like when you're taking the breath in, feel your lungs expanding and then going down, right? Like really be conscious of, the little hairs in your nose moving when you're taking the breath in. And then the best time for me, it really helps to get into the deep meditative state is the time between the breath out and breath back in. There's like a couple seconds where you don't have any air in your lungs and you're just like sitting there. And then that's the most peaceful state. And that those peaceful states get longer and longer. And then before you know it, you're in a meditative state. But like I said, if you can't quiet your mind down, focus on the contact points. Focus on your heels touching the floor. Focus on your ass touching your bed, right? Focus on how straight your back is. Focus on the palms of your hands on your knees. Focus on like if you have a little chain like this, I focus on the chain rubbing up against my skin when I take a breath in and out. If I put on a shirt before I meditate, that's even easier. The best time sometimes is when it's raining outside and you can hear all that stuff, or when the birds are chirping outside. It just makes you go into a different level real quick. There's a little bit more to it than that, but don't overcomplicate it. I think that's really all you need to know from the beginning. That's all you need to know from the beginning. Just go with that at first, and you can make your own system. It's not that difficult. Just the best feeling is when you get that little bit soreness in your frontal lobe because you completely clear all the mental chatter out of your mind, right? You get that little soreness in your frontal lobe. That's when you know that's like that fire in your bicep when you're doing curls at the gym, right? Okay. You look dull as compared to your other videos did you relapse? Dude, I'm on a fast and I'm doing a dry fast all day today. Okay? Like I haven't eaten any calories for like fuck, I don't know, man, 60 hours, something like that, 50 something hours. And I've been doing a dry fast all day. I've been in the sun for like 3 hours today. And I usually don't do dry fasts. Yeah, and I just drank a cup of water. I promised myself I wouldn't drink any water today. It's fucking stupid, but I don't know, man. I don't even know if I should be doing dry fasting. That's like a controversial topic. I should do more research before jumping into things like that. Ah, the real benefits come after 100 days. Yeah, man, they do. Shit gets crazy. Shit gets crazy the whole time. You get more and more used to it. Like, it's insane. Like, your body gets more used to it. And then some people take it for granted. That's what it is. And that's why they think that, oh, I've always had this stuff. Or you hear this popular stupidity on the Reddit forums. Oh, you're just becoming the guy you're meant to be. It's like, no, you're not becoming the guy you're meant to be. Okay, you're like I said, cavemen weren't walking around trying to abstain from this stuff. They were that was their number one focus was food and sex. You know, keep yourself alive and reproduce. This is a super unnatural what we're doing right now, okay? This isn't normal. This isn't typical human behavior. That's why we're getting abnormal benefits. That's why we're getting anything that's really hard to do is going to be very good for you. This is a universal law, okay? The harder it is, the better it is. That's the law. You can't change it. And the longer you go, the better it goes. I know in Eastern tradition, I don't know so much about Eastern tradition, but one thing I heard the other day was in ancient Chinese tradition, they were saying that you have to do at least 100 days before you start seeing benefits. That's what I heard, right? And I've noticed that with my extended streaks after like 100 days. Like there's levels to it, man. Like it keeps building up. Like in all my videos, I always say, oh, I feel so much better today than I did previously, right? I'm always feeling more blissful. This is more blissful and better than compared to a few days ago. And it keeps going up and up and up and up and up. The thing is that the human body gets more and more used to it, and it's like I said, with the boiling frog effect, right? You throw a frog into a boiling pot of water, it jumps out. If you leave a frog in a cold pot of water and turn on the heat and let it boil, it'll boil to death because it just gets used to it. And that's the same thing with Nofap. You don't realize the extreme benefits that you're taking advantage of on a daily basis until you look back after you fucked up and then you can't get back on the train for like months, and like you look at your life it's like, dude, I accomplished so much and I wasn't even conscious of it while I was doing it. And I've been at this point so many times now that even now I'm accomplishing so much every day. I'm accomplishing so much, I can't believe it. And somehow I'm still taking it for advantage. Like I'm taking it for granted. Like every day I have to pause myself in the morning when I'm journaling has actually helped with that. I have to pause in the morning and realize like, damn, I gotta really pause sometimes throughout the day and realize how lucky I am to have gotten to this many days. Once you get past like 40 days and those temptations get low and it's easy to stay on track, you just can't take that for granted, man. Okay, I'm getting. What do you think about doing NoFap at age 15? Dude, if you're doing NoFap at age 15, that's perfect, man. That's your testosterone just going up. You're like, man, take advantage of that. Don't build a lifelong habit, man. That shit, man, that's no question about it. If you're 15 and you found NoFap, you're a lucky guy, man. You're a really lucky guy. Don't question it for 1 second. Stick to it all your life, man. Your testosterone increase compared to day one. My testosterone increase, dude. Uh, it was up and down, man. I was feeling it up and down on my pre. This is one thing that was weird about this streak. I feel like I had lower testosterone the first like 35 days or something. It was really weird because before I would have ups and downs, or I'd have like extreme like shoulders back, like chest out, like crazy confidence and like aggression and things like this, but like a healthy type of aggression where you don't let people talk down to you or nothing like that or try to take advantage of you. Super sharp and all that stuff. This time around, I didn't have so many of those days in the first 35 days, but after my flatline, it all came back. Like I started walking around like as if I don't know, like I'm Superman. Like I'm so happy that I don't know what it was this time around. The only thing I changed this time around was I've been experimenting a little bit with diets, with carnivore diets and then vegetarian diet. 1 week vegetarian, 1 week carnivore, and I think that has something to do with it. Plus my journaling puts me in a different, more calm state of mind. Maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. But those are the only two things that I've been doing differently that I could remember. Um, Tons of famous people have tons of sex. Yeah, lots of famous people have tons of sex. Dude, that's such a stupid thing to say. Man, think of the most high achieving people in the world. The people who are having tons of sex. First off, you don't know how much sex they're having, okay? Second off, imagine what they would achieve with their life if they were to follow this for like 1 year or 2 years, strict hard mode for 1 or 2 years. Imagine those people who are naturally gifted, these people who come from good families, who had really good, strict parents that taught them really good discipline and self-control and things like this, and steadfastness and the importance of education. And like a lot of these people, they went to private schools, they grew up in the right crowds and they were connected in the right families, or maybe their parents were just really high achievers and they instilled those things into the child at a young age. And these people, yeah, okay, there's lots of famous people that have lots of sex and this and that, but imagine uh, how much more they would achieve if they would add this to their arsenal. Like, oh man, it's disgusting. Just even think about it. It's just, I don't know, it's crazy. But that's what drives me nuts about these people who says this. I see this once in a while, and I used to say it too when I was skeptical at the beginning. I used to be like, no, that's not true. There's lots of famous people, lots of high achievers, ultra rich people that are like always partying on the yacht with slutty looking women and stuff like that. You know what they're doing. It's like, man, you don't know behind the story. You don't know their childhood, what it was. You don't know how disciplined they were compared to the average person. That's what got them there in the first place. Imagine how much further they would have gotten had they discovered NoFap or hard mode, semen retention, whatever you want to call it, earlier on. Stuff like that just drives me nuts when I hear it, man. Um, I downloaded the Cold Serpent, and the book is nuts. I know it's nuts, man. It's insane. I read a couple chapters this morning too. The chapters are super short, right? It's really easy to read. You have to read some of the book every day because the whole book is just notes. It's all notes. I want to take notes from each one. Before I realized, like, dude, this whole book is just notes. It's all noteworthy. So I just had to just made a commitment to read it every month, at least once every month. It's not a very long read, so it's easy. Thanks for the reply. So if we can go 365 plus days on NoFap hard mode, then we'll get our act together, quit living in mom's basement, become wealthier, etc. Hasty generalizations, I know. Yeah, but keep in mind, have your standards high. Incorporate other good habits. Like I'm gonna start directing this channel in a different. I'm gonna start going in a different direction with a lot of this stuff because it's not just NoFap hard mode. It's not just semen retention. That is the foundation, is the main foundation that absolutely has to be there. But there's other things, man. Like it's not just meditation and high intensity cardio and weightlifting and reading good books. You know what I mean? It's not just subscribing to good ideas and practicing them. There's a lot of stuff, man. There's like 20, 21 things, like the immutable laws of nature. I've been learning so much about that, the philosophy that the ancient Greeks already knew for so long, that the ancient people all knew. The stuff that the religions preach, all this stuff, man, it's insane. This knowledge has been here this whole time. So that's the way I'm gonna start going with this channel, man. I hope you guys want to see this stuff because it's all gonna help you. Like, dude, NoFap does so much on its own, but if you add these other little things, they're like little building blocks that you can add on, and you can speed up the process. You can sharpen the process. You can add more power to all this, right? Like instead of starting one company and by the end of the 1 year of hard mode, maybe you'll start two, or maybe your company will be twice as big in half the time. I don't know. There's so many things we can do, right? So I'm gonna start going more in that direction too. Don't completely solely rely on NoFap. I know you could, and I've done that in the past where I completely just relied on NoFap. I didn't try to increase my testosterone. I didn't try to increase my dopamine through other ways. And that NoFap hard mode on its own is like the bulk results come from that. So that on its own is already like magic, basically. I don't know how else to describe it, man. But there's a bunch of other things we can still do. We could add on and incorporate, man. And NoFap makes it so easy to stop all the bad habits and start incorporating all these new ones, man. Half the battle is getting rid of bad habits too, right? Like sugar, man. Sugar gives you so much brain fog. Okay, what's next? My streaks always go as far as 30 days or so. Can you please briefly talk about how you feel around 60 days? Just want to hear it from you, how things are. Okay, so around 60 days. Well, I'm at 52 today. I'm every day I'm starting to get more and more and more and more energy. I'm fighting that resistance in my mind that tells me to procrastinate is almost non-existent. It's almost not there anymore. I feel like I'm taking steroids, when it comes to the gym and when it comes to my activity levels. This is like unexplainable. This I've never done steroids. I have lots of friends that have, and I guarantee I could outwork them when they're on a cycle. Uh, what else? There's a bunch of stuff. Like that's the two biggest things, man, compared from 30 days. Because there's a lot of good stuff that already happens at 30 days, right? But like I'm not gonna go through the whole list, man. There's so many things. Watch my video from the when I reviewed my journal, the 8-part series. I know it's boring, man. That 8-part series is kind of boring, but there's a lot of really important information in there. If you can force yourself to sit through the whole thing and watch it, there's a lot of really interesting bits of information. Like I personally would probably turn off those videos after the first 2 minutes, but the longer you listen, the more insights there is in there, man. Like you just kind of have to force yourself to listen through it. A lot of those benefits are in there. I don't know, the big stuff, man. Conversation with other people is like on a different level, man. Like you can't. People don't want to break away from you, no matter what. I don't even want to start conversations with people when I'm in a rush anymore because I won't be able to break myself away from it. It's really easy talking to chicks, really easy picking up chicks if that's what your goal is. I don't recommend it. Not until your finances are in order and your health is in order. There's tons. Anything I say now, I'm gonna regret it because as soon as I stop streaming, I'm gonna be like, fuck, why didn't I mention this? Why didn't I mention that? The benefits, man. The benefits is a good list of about 60 benefits that come with this, okay? And they get stronger. All of them, all around, get stronger and stronger and stronger as the days go up, as you climb this step by step by step. Look at each day as a step, right? Okay. I'm watching that video while I'm fapping. What? I'm watching this video while I'm fapping. Okay, cool, man. Right on. How old are you? I'm 32. I'm honestly so thankful that you're still around. You're the realest no-fap YouTuber. Thanks, man. Dude, thank you. I love hearing stuff like that, man. Like, I know, I see the other stuff. Like, dude, I don't have good production value. I don't sit there editing my stuff. I don't have a bunch of expensive equipment. I don't even make scripts before I press the record button. You know what I mean? And aside from reading my journal entries that for the 8-part series, everything's off the top of my head. You know what I mean? Like it's as real as it's gonna get. I'm not gonna fake anything. I'm not gonna exaggerate anything. I don't want to exaggerate these things. A lot of this is for myself. If I ever fuck up in the future, maybe in 6 years I'll be looking at these videos myself to get myself motivated. There's no point of exaggerating this stuff. I see some of these YouTubers, man, they're exaggerating this shit, saying they're on day 6 and they're feeling superpowers or even benefits, man. Like, fuck off. Such bullshit. Such clickbait, man. Everything's clickbait these days. And it's so hard to find any good material, man. The benefits come, the superpowers come. But like they say, patience is a virtue. Self-discipline, nothing more important than self-discipline. You know what I mean? Everybody loves a man with self-discipline. I don't care. Find me any woman. Find me any woman you want. You show her a man with more self-discipline than her husband, she's going to maybe not cheat on him, but she'll look at you differently, right? Self-discipline is one of the most attractive traits a human being can have. The more control you can have of your animalistic side, of your animalistic nature, you know, the more attractive you are to men, to women. Men want to hang out with you, women want to, be with you. All of a sudden, money starts falling on your lap, opportunities and doors start opening themselves to you, right? Nofap is the engine. Nofap is the engine, dude. Nofap is the engine. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. Your journal, absolutely amazing. So much insight and tips in there. I'd like to see more of them in the future. I only did the first 30 days. I didn't realize it was going to take so long. I didn't think it was going to be an 8-part series that's going to do like 90 minutes. And I don't want to, I noticed like the average view rate is like 4 minutes on each one, and each one is like 10 or 12 minutes. I was like, fuck, man, the good stuff is at the second part. So I got to make those videos shorter. So I'm going to do the other in like 2 or 3 days. I'll do from day 31 to I guess day 55, but maybe I'll release them slower or something like that. Maybe I'll release them slower. I think that'll be easier. Because when I bombarded you guys with like 8 videos in one day, I think that was too much. I seen people like unsubscribe and stuff, man. Like I know how it is when I get too many notifications, I unsubscribe from people. I didn't sleep until 4 o'clock at night. Gonna quit caffeine now so I can finally sleep. Good sleep and no fap is main ingredients for success. Dude, man, you need sleep. You need sleep to have the proper hormone productions. Man, hormones are everything, man. Your GH, your growth hormone, and your testosterone for a man. I don't think people understand how important that is, man. Balancing all your other hormones. We always talk about growth hormone and testosterone. Dude, that's not it. There's so many hormones in your body that need to be rebalanced. And they say that GH, the best time for GH when it's being secreted is between 10 p.m. and what is it, 2 or 3 a.m. So that means you got to be already asleep by 10 a.m. Who's asleep by 10 a.m.? I've been trying to do that lately. I've been actually almost there. I've been laying down at 10. I've been probably passing out around 10:20. I've been going to sleep much easier now that I'm on Nofap. But my sleep is much better, much improved, and that has a domino effect, a snowball effect on everything else because of your hormones and because I don't know psychologically too, I guess. So man, I stopped drinking caffeine. I allow myself one coffee day every 10 days now. Okay, and that's before some sort of mental exertion. Okay, whenever I want to sit down and write about some sort of business ideas or have deep insights or some stuff like that. That's when I like to add some caffeine, and then I really get some amazing benefits from the caffeine also, right? Because it's not like when you drink caffeine every day, right? When your body builds up a tolerance, it's not the same thing. When you drink caffeine once in a while, then it's amazing. It's like a euphoric feeling also, right? You get a little high off it, plus you're super sharp. I'll only use it now for if I'm gonna go for some sort of like, I don't know, meeting for a business meeting or maybe for a date with a chick when I eventually decide to start dating and stuff like that. Okay, you were the only YouTuber who made me get into NoFap over a year ago, all because of the detailed benefits that you made. Thank you. You're basically saving men's lives. Dude, comments like this, man, stuff like this, I would never be making these videos. Like, I'm not the kind of person to even make videos. The only reason I actually continue to make these, I never expected to get this response. That's the reason I make these, man, because literally that, what you said right there. How do you get rid of constant erections, especially in public? I don't get them in public, man. I don't know, man. I don't get them in public. When I was in high school, when you're in high school, you get them when you're sitting at your desk. I guess that's like your hormones are just a mess. I don't know, man. I would say have control of your mind, man. Don't let it wander about these things. Don't think about sexual acts when you're in public places. Don't look at chicks that are dressed like sluts. You know what I mean? Do you have brain fog? Bro, compared to 52 days ago, I would say no, but I know it's going to be even less now. I don't know. If I was going to put it on a scale of 1 to 100, I would say maybe 60% of it is gone now, which is massive, huge difference. But I've been on long streaks before, and I know how much sharper I get later on. Once I hit 100 days, I get crazy sharp. So, like, I swear, like, every day seems like 1% less brain fog, right? If I compare myself to 10 days ago, day 42, it's a noticeable difference, noticeable difference. It's not a massive difference, but it's noticeable enough, like 10%, right? So yeah, brain fog is getting, every day is getting better. Dude, do high intensity cardio. If you have a problem with brain fog, as soon as you start NoFap, start doing high intensity cardio. Read the book Spark. The book Spark. Listen to the audiobook if you don't like reading, okay? Just do that right now, right as soon as the stream ends. Okay, that'll explain everything about brain fog and they'll give you some recommendations for diet, but mostly the point it drives home is to do high intensity cardio that you're pouring sweat, okay? And of course, you're gonna have a sense of resistance and animalistic, that nature there to be comfortable and curl up in your bed or lay and play with social media or something like that. You know what I mean? You fight that resistance, good things happen. The harder something is to do, the better it is for you. I'm not gonna ever stop saying that because that's the universal truth. Any tips to fall asleep? I find when I'm on a streak, I won't fall asleep until 3 a.m. despite working and training in the gym every day. Every day. Meditation has helped me tremendously. Don't eat anything after 6, right? If you're planning to go to sleep at 10, don't eat anything after 6. If I eat anything after 6, I have a hard time, really hard time going to sleep. Really hard time. The longer you can abstain from food before sleep, the easier it will be for you to go to sleep. Deep meditation helps tremendously. Not eating before helps tremendously. If you're really having a problem, I don't know, man. I don't like chemicals. I don't like anything like that. But melatonin, take some melatonin pills. I had to do that when I was traveling and I was changing time zones, so that helped. But melatonin, that's not natural, man. At least get it from some natural sources. Cherries, I don't know. They say cherries increase melatonin. Eat those a couple hours before bed, like 5 hours before bed. I don't know, man. Um, True, I had to take a whole day to watch the entire series. Yeah, man, that's brutal. Uh, I know, I'm going to try to find a different system of getting all this information out. I think in the future I'll just start, whatever I journal, I'll report it in the day after. I'll include it in my daily reports or every other day, whatever. I can relate a lot to you. Being in my own 30s also, I telling all women to get lost until I have my finances sorted. Thanks for pointing me to the coiled serpent too, mate. Awesome, man. Johnny, read it, man. Read it, reread it. There's too much information in there. What would happen to society if every man practiced Nofap? Dude, I think about that every day. I literally think about that every day. If ever, man, the average person can't. Okay, let's imagine the perfect world that people were forced, even the idiot drunks on the on the park benches sleeping, were forced to do Nofap somehow, some way. Oh man, I can't even imagine. I don't know, in the course of probably 2 to 3 years, dude, people are gonna think I'm crazy, but I would say all of the world's problems would be solved. Everything, man, whatever it is. We wouldn't have democracy anymore. We wouldn't have capitalism anymore. We would have a completely different system. I don't think we would have a monetary system anymore. I don't think we would be electing people in the government anymore. I think it would be a completely different system. It would be ultra efficient. It would be so efficient that just there will never be another reason to protest. There wouldn't be a reason for people to get up and go to work anymore because everything would be automated. I don't know, 3 years, is that too ambitious? Maybe 10 years. Everything would be automated. And then the new problems would arise of self-actualization. What's your purpose in this world? Everybody would want to be an author or an inventor or something. I think, man, not the laws of nature. I think dictate that a certain percentage, the vast majority of the population, has to be a slave to their sexual desires, or else the system wouldn't work for us, right? I don't know. For us, the ones that are doing it, you know what I mean? How would you become a high achiever that way? How would you know that you're a high achiever? How would you feel that you've done something more than the other guy? You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it's a good thing that we don't live in that world. I think the world we live in today is already comfortable enough. We don't need any more comfort. I think comfort is destroying us as a species. What would happen to say that? What day was the hardest? What day was the hardest? Fuck, I have it in my journal there somewhere. So in between the 20s, between day 20 and 30, like always, between day 20 and 30, not even the flatline. The flatline days are nothing. Like you have like suicidal fantasies that you would never act on, of course. You have these extreme depression, you have low mood, all this stuff. That's not as hard as those days in the mid 20s, something like that, where you get like crazy urges and you're just like get that huge amount of brain fog comes over you for like a half hour. That's where most people just fall and fail because you can't think of any of the benefits of no fat. All you can think about is just this pleasure seeking, this gratification. It's the worst when you're dealing with problems in your life, man, because the best feeling in the world is to have some sort of dopamine rush, and then forget your problems and just well, all that does is just let it build more, right? Lets those problems build more and more and more, and then those problems get worse. Those are the worst days, man. Those extreme urge days. And the only thing I could do in those days is force myself to go for cardio and then have a cold shower and meditate. And that's the only thing. And you know how hard it is getting yourself up to do that kind of stuff on those extreme urge days when it's so easy just to rub one out and then go eat a bunch of high calorie food and then go sit down for a beer or two. Oh man, the people that can say no to that, we are a small percentage, man. We are less than 5% of the population. Just the fact that you guys are here right now is there's something special already about you. The fact that you were open-minded enough to look into this, that already shows that you're in the top 5%. If you continue on with this, literally all of you have the capability to have one day a mansion, you know, literally everything you want. It just will you stick to it? That's the only question, man. Okay, what was the hardest? There'd be a new era of enlightenment if everyone practiced it. Yeah, there would be, man. We would definitely see some amazing works of art. It would be non-stop works of art. Art would be revived again, you know? I want to make a video about art and how it died once the over sexualization of the population became the norm. Like all the great artists in the past, they've all been, if they weren't pretty hardcore, in control of their sexual desires and just all desires of the flesh, things, the pleasure seeking. At least maybe they had wives and kids, but I guarantee you all of them had at least a couple years streak of celibacy or whatever you want to call it, you know. And they had that was just enough time to get their art going. Okay. Do you do anything like yoga, tai chi, or qigong? No, man. I do. I guess I do yoga. I guess I do yoga because every morning I stretch, so I do the yoga poses, right? I guess the majority of them. I just want to make sure I get a deep stretch for each muscle group in my body. It takes me about 30 minutes, 25, 30 minutes. I do most of the poses for yoga. I take super deep in and out breaths. I have a deep stretch for each muscle. So yeah, I guess you can say I do yoga. I'm on hard mode day 15. I'm depressed because it's like I'm saying goodbye to something I've been doing for 25 years. I'm now 37. Any advice? Dude, I've been there, man. I've been there, dude. It's one of the, like I said, the two things that we're addicted to the most is, I don't know if you can call it an addiction. We're just programmed to be doing it. Like I said, most of you guys on the Nofap journey, you're not porn addicts, man. We're just guys with healthy libidos in the technology age where we have readily easy access to porn and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And women are just sluttier than ever today. Also, man, that's ridiculous too, man. Like it's crazy. My advice, yeah, dude, it gets really easy after a while. It's that first detachment. You have to detach yourself. There's a bunch of philosophy I could send your way. There's a YouTube channel, okay? It's called the Academy of Ideas. Okay, go there first. Check out their playlist. There's one basically for this topic. It has one. The playlist has 11 videos. I checked yesterday. Go through that one. I don't remember the name of the playlist, but go through all those videos there. They're each like 10 minutes long. It basically breaks down what some of the best, most famous philosophers, psychologists say on this topic. And the guy makes it pretty easy for the average person to understand. You don't have to have a degree in this field to understand it. Okay, so he takes some of the most complex ideas and makes them pretty easy to understand. The name of the channel is Academy of Ideas. Okay, check out his playlist. It has 11 videos. He has a couple playlists. The one with 11 videos is the one you want to watch. This is for Maj Sal. Okay, that's for you, man. Check that out. It'll help you, man. When you say that you have relapsed, was it only sex or was it with Primo? When? Like, man, yeah. Usually when I say relapse in my videos, especially in the recent times, in the past few years, I mean with sex also. I've realized that it's not that much difference. I'm not doing Nofap. Like some guys are virgins that are doing Nofap. I get it. There's young guys doing it. There's some guys in their 20s that are still virgins because they've been addicted to this online thing, man. And they're doing it just to get a chick, just to get a girlfriend or something like that. Like I said, man, like that's never really been a huge problem for me. So I'm not doing it to get laid or something like that. I'm doing it for all the other reasons, all the big benefits, the superpowers, whatever you want to call it, right? That's why I'm doing it. So I consider when I fuck up and I give in to my animalistic nature and I can't control myself and all I want is that pleasure, and I end up going to bed with some chick, then I consider that full blown relapse for myself. Yeah, absolutely. Hell yeah, man. And anybody who's super serious about semen retention, all the famous people in the past, they all would too. You have to increase your standards, man. You want to achieve big, you got to set the bar high. That's the best way to say it. You can always get laid, man. That stuff can wait. Okay? Yeah, man. That's what I would say. But that's just me, you know what I mean? Your standards don't have to be so insanely high like myself, okay? You know what I mean? Um, like you can still get good results, you know. Like I wouldn't don't like the way I look at it, man. There's no point having sex with a chick unless she has a really good chance of being the one, right? If she has a really good chance of being the one, then yeah, go ahead. If you're just trying to bang her just for the sake of banging her because you need to give yourself a pat on the back because you're not sure of yourself or you need uh, that gratification that you're worthy or something, then you have an underlying problem. You know what I mean? I think that's what it is. I think it's a good idea, man, to treat women with respect and things like that, whatever. But it's not just that, man. Treat yourself with respect. Achieve something more, man. Have higher standards for yourself. Does semen retention give you good luck? I have noticed that it has, absolutely. I've mentioned this in my videos and I've read this in dozens and dozens of reports. Like I said, the reason I became so knowledgeable in this before I even got to a big streak in the past, I feel like I knew so much knowledge about this is because I would sit there reading 90-day reports for hours and hours on end. I remember when I first discovered Nofap, I would sit until 3 or 4 in the morning reading 90-day reports, 70-day reports, 120-day reports, going through the person's Reddit profile, checking out who they are, trying to investigate how old they are, what other bad habits they may have, what other good habits they might be incorporating, where do they hang out, stuff like that. Like, what do they do? Who are they? Try and why they had these benefits but not these benefits. Why it affected them this way, not this way. Why this guy had a fat line on this day, not this day. Trying to analyze everything like crazy. And what I've noticed, one thing that reoccurs that people just say they're having good luck. When you read the all the when you read all the fucking religious scripture, all this stuff, they all talk about the good luck or their version, whatever it was called back then. It would happen to people that practice, celibacy or semen retention for an extended period of time. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. There is something to it. I notice huge amounts of good luck. Like I work a lot more. There's that famous saying: the harder you work, the harder I work, the more good luck I seem to have. Yeah, there's something in that also, but it's not just that. Like I notice I work way harder when I'm on NoFap, 10 times harder, with half the effort to get myself up to do it. But man, I don't know. It's weird. You do have good luck. Like there's things like finding money on the ground that doesn't come from hard work, and that's the kind of good luck I start to have when I get on longer streaks. And I've seen so many people say that also. Do you think that mildly, mildly autistic people or those with ADHD can benefit from NoFap? I think people that I don't know what you mean by mildly autistic, but ADHD, I think ADHD is like a lot of smart people have said it's a made up term. Um, I think ADHD is just a result of too much technology, man. Too much technology, too much unhealthy packaged food, food that comes in cans and packages and powdered form and has all sorts of preservatives and chemicals and shit like that. That plus just sitting around on your couch and not letting the blood flow, not producing the neurotransmitters in your brain that you need. Stuff like that, man. I think that's a big part of it. No fap, I'm telling you, man. No fap definitely increases focus. That's one of the biggest superpowers about it. It's huge, huge, man. Continue doing no fap, and my focus. I thought I had ADHD. A lot of time, I had lots of moments where I thought that, and when I go on longer no fap streaks, all that goes away. That's without a doubt. That's one thing I could guarantee you. Um, Your facial hair is more dense now. Is my facial hair more dense now? What's weird is that my facial hair has been growing much, much faster. That's undeniable. Um, but the last 2 or 3 days, my facial hair has grown slower, which I journaled about this morning, which is the only thing I could attribute that to is because I'm on a fast. And today I was doing dry fasting. I don't know. But other days when I was doing fasting, it didn't slow down my hair growth. So I don't know what's different today. My diet, I don't know. Maybe that, but my diet's not much different. I don't know. Uh, you also got The Coiled Serpent. Good, perfect, man. Everybody needs to get that book and read it. It's free, man. You don't have to pay for it. The only thing you're investing in is your time. And that's the best investment for your time you can possibly make. Your answer to my last question just gave me an insight on sex before marriage and the degradation of society's morals. Dude, don't get me going on that, man. I've been so into that topic for the past few months, man. It's crazy. If I start talking about that, this video is going to drag on forever. The Cold Serpent is good, but a little intense because it says be celibate unless you want to have a child. Yeah, I know, man. The standards and that, like, you think I have high standards? Dude, that guy, the guy that wrote that book, he's got high standards, man. That guy's got crazy high standards. But I think that book is more directed towards people who want to be the next, Steve Jobs, the next, Elon Musk, you know what I mean? The next Tesla or Beethoven. That's who that book is for. But if you follow that book to like, like 90% or something, or just live that book. Live what that book tells you until you're satisfied with where you are career-wise, you're satisfied where you are health-wise, and then you can just tackle the last one, which is the relationship, finding the perfect woman. Then that's it, man. And then after that, just follow the obvious rules, don't watch porn and stuff like that. That's it, man. Like, you don't have to go extreme with it unless that's what you want, unless you feel that you're meant to be a household name or something like that. Then yeah, follow that book to the letter. Ah, dude, after hearing your journey of 30 days, most of the helping things are similar to religious behavior. Praying 5 times a day and lowering the gaze, etc. Dude, I know, I've noticed that. That's what I've noticed. That's why I've been getting more interested in different religions and what they keep repeating. Man, religions are just a collection of information, and they have millions upon millions, maybe even billions of case studies that they've had to deal with. Man, we give too much credit into science in our era today. Man, like a lot of religions have discovered a lot of things, man. Like all religions have been preaching. For example, this is one stupid small example: fasting. Fasting just became popular a few years ago when all those research papers were just dumped on the public, right? Like a bunch of research was done in the past like 5 or 6 years. It took a year or two for it to get mainstream, and then people got a hold of it. Everybody started writing and talking about it, and now it's everybody's talking about it, right? The extreme benefits. But if you would have just listened to whatever religion, and you would have just listened to what they told you, you would have already been following all this stuff and you would have already had those benefits without having science tell you that back it up, right? You've already been reaping all these benefits for a long time ago. You could have been ahead of the curve. I've been seeing this everywhere. Sometimes you get that intuition. You just know that something's true, but you can't prove it on paper. Older people seem to have this and they stay quiet a lot of the time. Seniors, sometimes when you talk to them, some like the wiser ones, man, it's crazy. Some really ignorant young punk says something to like an older person. They don't even freak out. They don't even reply. They just no, there's nowhere to start with this. They don't even know where to start. That's right. That's what it is with a lot of religions, man. Even if you don't believe in a religion, study it. If you can be a militant atheist, man, like at one point in my life, I was, um, and you can use it as a hack. You can use it as like a life hack to study these religions, pull out where all these people observed to be true, and then steal their information and apply it to your life and use it. You don't have to be crazy religious if you don't want to. That's not your thing. But man, I'm telling you, the longer I stayed on NoFap, the more I realized there's so much truth in all this stuff, and there's something to it, man. Maybe there's an architect to this world, man. He wouldn't have built all this stuff for no reason, you know what I mean? A lot of this seems to be too much of a coincidence. But on the other side, there's still that militant atheist deep inside of me that's skeptical and like, fuck, man, I'm like totally on the fence, and I have been for some time. But ever since discovering NoFap, I really believe there's something more out there. Just the way things work. I'm getting more interested in esoteric things. Like it's weird, man. What's your goals for this YouTube channel, man? To affect as many human beings as I can. To get this, to get, the reason I started this YouTube channel is because there wasn't enough guys out there who were saying the truth. A lot of the guys, like I don't know, people are camera shy or whatever. I don't know what it is. Why more people aren't out there, genuine people? I feel like 90% of the YouTubers are out there that are dealing with this topic are not actually practicing this thing. They're just trying to build subscribers and then monetize it one way or another, right? And they don't care about providing the value or nothing like that. I wish I would have found somebody that would have told me straight up the truth, how it really is. I stalked my NoFap journey for so long. I prevented myself from starting it for so long because I read too many times something on the Reddit forum saying superpowers aren't real or you're just becoming the man you're meant to be or something like this, some ridiculousness. Um, or I would watch the internet marketers talking about NoFap and they don't know what they're talking about because they're not actually practicing it. They're charlatans, you know what I mean? Like and that discouraged me for so long. So that's why I started this channel. That was the main thing, and I'm hoping that I'm changing people's lives. And then when I read those comments and people say uh, that I'm keeping them motivated, it's like, man, I don't even know what to say to that. Like that stays with me. That stays with me for hours, and it keeps repeating itself in my head. It's like, dude, I'm changing people's lives, man. Like if I could get one guy, if I could get one guy to stop doing this, I've done something special with my life, if I've affected a person on the other side of the globe, somewhere in a city or a town I have maybe never even heard of, you know what I mean? I'm never gonna meet this person, but I've changed the course. I changed their course of their life forever. All I need to get somebody to do is get past 30 something days, right? If I can get somebody to get past 30 something days of true hard mode, no edging, no nothing, and plus incorporate a few other good habits, meditating, cardio, gym, things like that, reading some good books, I know for a fact I will change that course of that person's life forever, forever. That's better than any statue that will give me. That's better than anything can give me. You know what I mean? That's what it is for me, man. Stuff like Tai Chi and Qigong, at least from what I've read, are essentially more boosts like Wim Hof's method. I do Wim Hof every morning, right before my meditation and right after my meditation. I do the Wim Hof breathing method. Would you? And I'm really interested in like Qigong and Tai Chi and all that stuff. I just have so much on my plate. I'm reading so much and trying to really become an expert in so many different things at the same time that I don't. It's on my list, man. It's on my list of things to get into. Would you make a video on what would you buy from a grocery store? Dude, excellent idea. I'm gonna write that down, man. Diet is so much. So much of all this is diet. Man, that's another thing. That's another thing that should be up there with meditation, high intensity cardio, reading good books, um, positive mindset, and all that stuff. Is groceries, what you put into your body, man. Like I said, man, what you are what you eat. What food is to the body is the same thing like what books are to the brain, right? Like, man. All right, I'm gonna write that down. I did a 24-hour fast yesterday, and for the first time in my life, I had to shave twice. Had a stubble around 20 hours in. Uh-huh. What do you mean by stubble? Do you think Nofap will ever be mainstream? I don't know, man. Like I said in one of my other videos before, man, like 8 months ago. On one hand, I hope it is. On one hand, yeah, yeah, of course. I hope it becomes mainstream. Do I think it will be? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We're way too much into the animal nature. The average person, just like Schopenhauer said, the ancients have always said what needs to be done. The wisest people in all generations and all ages have always repeated the same thing, what needs to be done. But the vast majority are just, man, they're idiots. They're slaves to their animalistic nature. They will always pick the cupcake. You know, have you ever heard of the marshmallow test? You know, delayed gratification. That look up the marshmallow test. You know what I mean? With regards to instant gratification, the average person wants instant gratification. They don't want to work for things. They don't want to delay gratification. Even if it did become mainstream, even if really famous people started preaching it, the average person just cannot do it, man. They just can't do it. Like you guys are probably the 5%, man, and it's gonna stay like that. I mean, I think it will get a little bit more popular. I don't know. I think the powers that be right now need the population to be like in a coma state all the time to pay their taxes, go to work, don't talk back, consume, consume, consume. I don't want to start getting into conspiracy theories. I just think that the larger a population gets of any country, the harder it becomes to control. Simply because you have differing opinions, different personalities, people begin clashing with each other, and that's a problem. And you need people to get along. You need people to do all that stuff. You know what I mean? That's a big thing. That's a big thing right there. And I almost think it's a conspiracy because the benefits are too strong for people to simply for this. But like I said, if the average person could do it, they would, and they can't. What do I think about saunas? Can it detox the body? I do sauna twice a week. I would like to do it more, but I'm scared that I read somewhere that if you do it too much, it'll leach out vitamins and minerals and stuff like that. And to be honest, I think 2 times a week is really good. I noticed that after I do a good sauna session, I'll have the most intense, the best sleep ever. I could sleep for 8 hours straight, even when I'm on a no-fap streak. And usually all I need is 5 hours of sleep to be fully rested. After a sauna, I'll do like 8 hours sleep, and I'll be the most insanely rested ever. I could literally feel my hormones being rebalanced even better. My increases in testosterone. I have even more morning wood, like for longer, more stiffer. Whenever I do a sauna session, and also sauna is like cold showers. This is a whole nother topic of positive stress. Sauna is like cold showers with regards to the stress that you put under yourself, it's called positive stress. It's really, really good for you. It has a whole chain reaction throughout your body, not just on your hormones, but your neurotransmitters, all that stuff, and everything, man. It's a good shock. It's a positive shock in your body. I recommend getting to the sauna as often as possible, rotating between cold showers. Do 15 minutes in, 20 minutes in the sauna, depending on how hot it is, and then a freezing cold shower. Do that like 5, 6 times, and then see how you feel the next day. It'll be insane. Uh, Thank you for answering my question. Much appreciated. Of course, man. I'll answer everybody's question. Does energy surge that come with no fap return after the flatline? Buddy, you come because feeling super motivated and depressed right now, demotivated and depressed right now, opposite to what I was feeling on week 2 of no fap. Yeah, dude, it doesn't just come back after the flatline, man. It comes back like threefold, okay, twofold, threefold, and then it gradually goes up. Like every day it'll slowly go up, bit by bit by bit. Okay, so just keep that in mind. The flat line is just a rite of passage. It's a rite of passage. Okay, that's what separates the men from the boys is the flat line. Be excited when you get your flat line, man. You gotta understand. You gotta absolutely understand that when you get that flat line, that's the your ticket. It's like you're given the ticket. That means it's working. You know, you wait a few days, you're on the other side of the flat line. You're home free, man. Not home free, but the worst is behind you. I know some guys have long flat lines, man, like a month, month and a half, but that's rare. That's really rare. Most of you guys are gonna have a week long flat line. You want to speed up the flat line? Just do cardio, meditate. Do it in this order, okay? Start the day with meditation. Go do high intensity cardio. Come back, do more meditation, which will be much higher quality after a cardio session, and then have a cold shower, okay? Or have a cold shower right after your cardio, dude. Um, hey, bro, do you have ups and downs, moods in your journey? Yeah, like not like in the first 30 days. In the first 30 days, it's like a roller coaster. After your flat line comes, after your first 30 days, the ups and downs, at least for me, are mild. The ups are really profound. The downs are not so extreme. They're nothing like a flat line or nothing like that. Um, Yeah, so the lows aren't as low, the highs are nice and high, but overall, 80% of your days are going to be very blissful, very elevated, very euphoric, very motivating, very energetic, very insightful, very inspiring. When you're hanging out with people, man, and you like if you give up caffeine and you only drink it like once every 10 days like I do, and you sit down with your friends or something like that and start talking, you're gonna notice that everybody just shuts up and you're the only one talking. Everybody's just like your mouth is wide open, man. And then you feed off people's energy. Like they'll say just one thing to get you going even more and more and more. It's crazy. Okay. Same here, JC Blog. Okay. What religion do you follow? I've been getting more and more and more into Catholicism. Catholicism follows very strongly the rules of really Aristotle. Aristotle was what 400 years before Jesus was even born, right? And he was a man of science. He was like a hardcore man of science, and he wrote up all the virtues, all the vices, right? Which Catholicism follows to this very day as the seven deadly sins, the seven heavenly virtues. But they have done a lot of work, a lot of practical knowledge. They've kind of came at it even a lot of the times from a scientific point of view, and they give given me a ton of information, unbelievable ton of information, dude. If you can live your life by Aristotle's vice and virtue uh, theory, if you don't believe in God or whatever, and if you're not a Catholic, if you're a Catholic, even better because there's so much information for you there to simplify it. But if you're able to sit down with some of Aristotle's work, it's insane. It's insane. If you can follow vice and virtue theory, it's crazy how quickly you can move forward. The most successful people in the world, if they don't even know it, they're actually following vice and virtue theory. Yeah, man. I was killing it week 2. Still doing cold showers, dude. I'm trying to do cold showers, but it was 32 degrees today, so you can imagine how the water comes out like lukewarm. It's ridiculous, man. Like it comes out kind of cold, but in the summer it doesn't count. And I've noticed, oh, that's what I think. That's what's different. When I was trying at the beginning of this video, when I was saying, I don't know what's different about this streak, how I felt like my testosterone was lower in the first 30 days. That's what it is. I can actually probably almost guarantee you that's what it is. It's because it's too hot right now, and I can't take cold showers, like freezing cold showers, like the type I can take in January. And that, without a shadow of a doubt, I get the feelings when you read about testosterone replacement therapy. That's where I feel that I have after I take freezing cold showers. Like I just got a shot of testosterone. I don't know how else to say it. Euphoria, sharpness, ambition, motivation, aggression, everything. It lasts with you all day. So I can't wait till the winter months, man. That's the beauty about winter months. And by the time I get to the winter months, I will be on my longest streak ever, right? Because now I'm being so conscious of it. Now I'm armed with all these tools that I had to acquire slowly through my previous streaks. Plus, I'm running off the steam of all my other streaks, because I'm not the same guy I was 4 years ago, right? Where I was a slave to my desires, to my sexual desires, right? I'm much more like disciplined with this stuff. I'm not still that same guy, right? I'm running off the steam of this stuff. It builds up, right? So I tell you, don't be so hard on yourself if you're trying to start NoFap and you're falling down all the time. Just because you're constantly building up, you're just another block to your foundation you're adding each time. Sooner or later, that long streak will come. Ah, so then it's just 20. How old are you, bro? 32, man. I answered this in almost every video. Yes, did you? Yes, did you had a good streak, relapsed but didn't fap much and started again, and now you're day 20? Are you talking to me or one of the other guys? Dude, I'm on day 52 right now, man. Hard mode. Do you recommend getting a recovery coach? I found Universal Man on YouTube, but he charges 200 bucks for an hour call. Dude, are you kidding me, man? You don't need no coach, man. What the fuck is this? What is he gonna tell you? The same thing I'm telling you right now, this second. That's the same thing he's gonna tell you. If he's charging you 200 bucks an hour he's a charlatan, okay? He's a charlatan. Don't listen to these people. Don't fall for these people. You're encouraging them to make more videos. That's the reason there's so much clickbait on the internet. Okay, I noticed I remember more from childhood. Dude, going back to the last guy, if you need coaching and stuff like that, save your questions. Ask me when I do these live Q&As, okay? I'll do these once every 3 days or something. Twice a week or something like this, I'll do one of these. Save your questions, ask me then. There you go, you got free coaching right there. I notice I remember more from childhood. And another thing is that I notice more smells and senses seem stronger. That's so weird that you said that. I always notice increase better smell, better hearing, better eyesight. The veins in my eyes have gone away. Everything has gone away. My eyes are super white, which everybody reports for some reason on their 90-day reports. But this time around, I've never noticed it before in any of my other streaks, is that I was walking up my stairs and I could literally smell what everybody was cooking. It was around dinner time, and I could smell what every single person was cooking. I could smell the craziest, but it only came. I had this like insane increased awareness of smells for maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes. Like I have it all the time. The increased senses, right? Ever since I hit like 30 something days, but specifically like 2 or 3 days ago was extreme. Like I felt like a fucking superhero or something, man. Like it was insane. I still don't know what the fuck caused that. I know. Just remember more from childhood. Yeah, and also, yeah, my memories from childhood are easier to retain. Memories of stupid things I've done in the past are easier to retain. Nah, man, I'm still in this. Okay, no, you guys are talking between each other. By stubble, I meant enough hair that would normally grow overnight. Typically, facial hair growth that I had to shave again. Okay, okay. I think porn will be the new tobacco. Porn companies will pretend it's fine to fap and healthy, but the truth will come out and everyone will hopefully recognize for the poison it is. No, I hope so too, man. I hope so. I think it already is the new tobacco. I think it has been since Playboy came out. Like we think that like this is some new problem that people are dealing with. Like yeah, internet porn is like crack compared to hair to weed, right? But like, man, Playboy was a thing in the 70s. You guys know that, right? Once people start busting nuts to artificial stimulation like that, phew, Do you personally have sex while retaining? No, I don't have sex while retaining. There have been times where I've had to reject girls to keep the streak. Will having sex affect me that much? Yeah, it will affect you that much. Sorry to say, a lot of guys won't. It's not that they won't agree with me. It's that they think I'm setting the standard too high. Is that my goals are really high. That's why I set the standard so high. I don't want to just be another employee with a good salary working in some job in the cubicle for somebody else. That's not what I want to be. That's not my goals. If that was, then I would allow myself to sleep with chicks on my streaks, right? It depends how high your bar is. That's what all that matters, right? You might be in a pretty good place in your life already where you don't need to set the bar that high, but you just want to achieve more. So yeah, you can still hook up with chicks. Or maybe your main thing might be losing your virginity or something. I don't know what your situation is. Supposedly hybrid showers are better than cold showers. Hot water for 10 minutes, cold water for 10 minutes. Yeah, I don't know. Uh, Logically, looking at it logically, I would say probably not. Whatever's harder. Go with whatever's harder. That's the law of nature. Go with whatever's harder, and there's your answer right away. Go with whatever's harder in any situation. Always take the stairs. That's the motto I've been living my life by, and I've been having profound effects. It's been having profound effects on me. Take the stairs. Always take the stairs. That's a metaphor, right? Don't ever take the elevator. Always take the stairs. It's like they say. What's that famous quote? The elevator to success is out of service, but the stairs are open, right? So you put in the work for everything, you'll get better results. You can be sure that you help people stop fapping. I tried to stop PMO for a year, but couldn't get it done. Your comeback, man. It pushed my motivation so high. I also smoke weed. Good, man. Good for you. Thank you. That means a lot to me. Speaking of conspiracies, a lot of porn companies do not profit enough to continue producing porn. Something is financing porn and companies to demoralize and distract people. Of course, man, dude, I think it goes way deeper than that. I really do. And I'm not even like a conspiracy theorist, but it makes logical sense. It's hard to control large amounts of people. And then, like, porn and stuff like that, it puts you in a comatose, right? It puts you in a state of in a coma, man. That's what it is. You're in a coma. You're not gonna revolt in a coma. You're not gonna stand up to the system and stuff like that. You're gonna let them slowly take your. You're gonna let them slowly take away your freedoms and your money and tax you more. And you're gonna have it. That's why most people are depressed. That's why depression is skyrocketing now. You type in any chart on Google Images, type in depression over the years, and look at the charts skyrocketing. Where do you think it's from? Do you teach to rewire all dopamine receptors? And okay, you teach to rewire all dopamine receptors, and you tell about all the smallest details. Other YouTubers don't. I hope you can make a bit of money on the side with this, bro. That'll be cool, man. This is like I said, this is a like a passion project for me, man. If there's a way in the future for me to make a couple bucks here and there, that'll be cool. I don't really care. That's not my thing. Like I have other projects that I'm working on. That's how I focus a lot of my time on doing those. Were you raised Catholic? Yes, I was. I remember you were in Poland, and that's a Catholic country. I'm still in Poland right now, man. Um, yeah, it's like a very Catholic country. Like the churches here are like packed every Sunday, and there's a church literally on every corner everywhere, and people actually go to them. Yeah, I really like that. I like that, man. I do. It's really nice. Kings and leaders used. I like all religions, man. I think all religions are good. I used to be militantly atheist for a while, man, because a lot of my friends were, right? But like I said, religion is good, man. Religion is good. If you don't want to become a scholar in psychology and philosophy and all this stuff, sometimes religion is good to simplify things so you can concentrate your time on other things, right? Kings and leaders used to hide this secret from the masses, and they still do today. I truly believe it. That this secret is hidden. There's a reason, man. There's a reason this isn't as popular as it should be. Have you taken testosterone blood level tests? What were the levels? I wish I had, man. I wish I had, and I want to. And I actually Googled the other day one of those packages that you can have it sent to your home, and you can send it back to them. They'll tell you your tests. I want to do lots of experiments. I wish it was easier to test your testosterone, but I know the side effects of testosterone. I know, you know, what to look for, what tanks it and what doesn't. I know overtraining tanks your testosterone. Um, like they say alcohol tanks your testosterone. I have noticed that for the day right after drinking, I get all the benefits of like super increased testosterone, but the few days preceding that, it's really bad. It's really bad. I've noticed that Nofap increases your testosterone. All the benefits of doing testosterone TRT, like testosterone replacement therapy. I noticed all the things that those guys are reporting literally happen, not just to me, but pretty much every single 90-day report has the most important benefits of TRT included in them. Is it safe to take a freezing shower for 5 to 15 minutes? I'm worried I'll get sick like hypothermia. No, man. If it's, trust me, you're fine, dude. And that's what I was scared of too. And I did lots of reading on the topic, and basically every article that I read said it's ridiculous to think that the water may seem freezing, but it's only like the coldest it's going to get is like 10 degrees, which isn't that cold. And plus, you're jumping out of the shower as long as you dry off instantly after and you don't stay wet. Nah, you'll be fine. Trust me, you'll be fine, man. You're gonna be in a warm house. You know, in the wintertime, I like to slam some nice hot green tea after my cold shower. That just adds on to the euphoria, and then I'm ready for some craziness. You know what I mean? Many thanks for your time, bro. You've saved me from relapsing and saved my marriage. Awesome, man. Dude, things like this, that's insane. I'm gonna write something like that in my journal, you know, that I'm gonna write that quote in my journal. So not forget. Have you seen the movie Limitless? Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies, and I'm gonna make an entire video just related to this and how and every time I rewatch that movie Limitless, I really do believe that the closest thing to the closest thing to the limitless pill is Nofap. I've tried all the biohacks. I've tried all the self-improvement things. I've tried them all, and I've tried them for extended periods of time because I know there's a minimum effective dosage and things like this. Um, yeah, no fap is the only thing that comes close to limitless. Like in limitless, he learns a language in 3 days. You know, and on no fap, you can learn a language in whatever 3 months, 6 months. I don't know, fluently, right? Depends what your idea of fluent is, and depends on your learning curve. Depends your age and how serious you tackle it. But everything that happens in that movie, everything, piece by piece, uh, it's no fap, man. The movie should be called The Benefits of No Fap. How do I get? They're a little bit exaggerated, right? But this is the closest thing. Okay, I'm gonna be ending this in like 10 minutes here, man. Um, hey, have you seen? Okay, how do I get the past the first week or two? I get to the point where the urges are so strong that I'm not happy anymore. I don't have peace anymore. I can't think of anymore because the urges take over. So what you want to do is fast. You start with an extended fast. And then extreme meditation. Dude, you have to do meditation. You take your cold showers every day. You stay out of the house. You have to stay out of your house, okay? From morning to night. I don't care what you're doing. Keep your brain busy. Start reading. Start doing anything. I seen one guy say, like, I don't agree with this, but it might work for some of you who are really deep into, like, dopamine seeking activities. Maybe do all these things like meditation, do all these things like cold shower, get out of the house as much as possible. But if you absolutely have to be in the house for whatever reason, maybe it's pissing rain outside or something, whatever. He was saying that playing video games and like really limiting them, but then when he got the extreme urges, he would just turn to the video games then. Having something like that, man, maybe that would help. Maybe go crash at your buddy's couch for the days that are extreme, right? For the days that the urges get really crazy. What would be really good is if somebody opened up, and maybe in the future, man, if I ever, become a millionaire or something like that, I would do like open up little centers, where you can go just to get that first 30 days in, a center where everything's free, you get the perfect diet, you get the perfect exercise regime, you get the perfect time blocking. Like you'll be basically a prisoner with no choice of how you spend your time. It'll be done for you. You know what I mean? That would be awesome, man. I wish I had access to something like that. And just get that first 30, 35 days in, then you can release these people back into the wild, you know what I mean? They'll be fine. Just get the morals, get the foundational principles instilled into their brain over and over and over again. What to do, how to structure their days. Man, that would be awesome. Okay, what do we got? You talked about NoFap with your friends? Yeah, I talked NoFap with my friends. A lot of them are skeptical. I've had like two of them that actually tried it, when they see the benefits, they're like, "Whoa!" They're like crazy. They act like I was lying the whole time or something. Like it's crazy, man. Is it okay to kiss or cuddle my wife on hard mode? How far can I go? Damn, man. If you can talk with your wife about it, tell her the situation. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, of course it's okay to kiss and cuddle. Man, affection is important. You know what I mean? Sometimes that's all you're seeking when you're looking for porn and stuff like that. Just looking for affection. I don't know. I would say, yeah, of course it's fine. Just control yourself, right? Hey, you should totally open your own Discord server. We can all do a 20 meditation together in a VC. How are we gonna fuse it into a singular, unstoppable creature? Discord. I've heard about that a lot, so I'll check it out after this video. Captain Sinbad said iodine supplements good for brain fog and fatigue. I just got it today. I'll let you know how I get on it. Yeah, let me know, man. I've been interested and I've heard a little bit about it. Any thoughts on long streaks and inducing a manic state and how to stay balanced? Dude, I've heard of this super rarely. That's for people who aren't like transmuting their energy, man. That's for people who are like extremely disciplined that are able to like not do fuck all when they're on a long streak. That's like crazy rare. I've only heard of like I could probably count on one hand how many times I've heard about this, and I've read thousands and thousands of case studies about this stuff. Um, yeah, man. You're not gonna get in a manic state. Trust me. You're not gonna. That's not gonna be your problem. Just make sure you're meditating, man. Make sure you're meditating and exercising. You'll be fine. And reading and working to a higher goal, working to something, anything. Have you ever noticed a lot of static electricity in clothes after a few days? Retention, strange magnetic attraction in play, maybe? No, nothing like that, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did happen. Stranger things have happened than that, much stranger things. I've been listening to a lot of music to rebalance the dopamine on a lower dose, and it kind of helps. Okay, I've been avoiding, man, like I said, I'm pretty extreme. I've been trying to avoid music because it's too pleasurable for me. And that's like, I don't recommend other people to do it because I don't think anybody's going to be as extreme as I am sometimes, but. If you really want to even push forward even more, do that, man. Or listen to music that you didn't like previously. Like I listen to classical music a lot now. I get bad headaches when I fast. Any tips? Salt, potassium. Get some no salt. Get some no salt, add it to water, mix it up. Get some Himalayan salt, add it to water, like 1 teaspoon of each. Mix it into like 3 liters of water, and sip on it throughout the day. And yeah, that's what I would say. That's what seems to help everybody with that has headaches, right? A lot of it is just simply withdrawals from sugar if you've been eating lots of carbs. Why ignoring me? What'd you say, man? Ask your question. Do you care anymore about your looks when you are on Nofap, or do you feel like you have it all already? Yeah, you become way more hygienic. Yeah, of course, you really care about how you look before you walk out the door, for sure. You become much more hygienic. And it's not even to attract a chick, it's just to demand respect, I guess. Whenever you see a guy, his shirt's not tucked in, he hasn't shaved for a few days, things like this, it kind of shows. It shows that what's happening in his brain, right? It shows he's sloppy. You can kind of bet that his house is gonna be messy. You can tell that his life is gonna be a mess. If he's got a dirty shirt on and stuff, of course, man, of course. But I've noticed that I become much more hygienic, without even thinking or trying to. When I get into a longer no-fap streak, yeah, absolutely. And I've had little moments where that's not the case when I go into a deep state of flow. But that's a good thing that I'm in a good state of flow. Like that one period I had when I read like 2 books in one day that one time. That was crazy, man. I go into these deep states of flow, and then like for a couple days in a row, I was working a lot, and I just wasn't caring at all about my appearance, to be honest. But I was getting so much done that it's okay. Ta, ta, ta. Speaking of music and art in general, I've noticed you can get into different kinds of music and art much faster when in no fat. And there are no flatlines if you do that every day. Okay, I don't know about no flatline thing, but I've noticed that I've become kind of obsessed with art, with like old art before it became sexualized and stuff in the early part of the century. I became really interested in art, something I did not care about at all. I wasn't one of those people, man. And the same with classical music. I think because those people were practicing what we're practicing today, they were on a different vibration, man. I don't like talking about vibrations too much. I don't know how much I believe in that stuff, although there must be some truth into it. Maybe it's got something to do with the golden ratio, with the Fibonacci sequence or something. I don't know. Maybe it's something to do with that. It's all like harmonic, man. I don't know. Okay, gotta end this in about a minute or two. Should a man do no if he is already super successful in life? Yeah, if he wants to be more successful, if he's the kind of person if he's able to fap or have meaningless sex and he's super successful in life, then that by the by the rule of nature basically means that he'll be more successful. If he can be successful like that, doing those things, then he's going to be 2, 3 times more successful depending on who he is, right? He's going to increase his success without a doubt, absolutely without a doubt. This is the most powerful thing any human being can do. Does sex affect athletic performance? Absolutely, it does. Absolutely. Why do all the boxers? It's not just the boxers. People always refer to the boxers, but it's all sports. All the coaches. You read about them all. They all say the same thing. They tell on the high performance. All the coaches that train Olympic athletes. Everybody says the same thing. No women, no sex for 30 days beforehand. Right? That's an absolutely no. That's not even disputable. They all know this, and I've noticed this myself, man. There's so many famous quotes when it comes to this. I'm on day 20 hard mode, but at the same time, I want to gain more experience with sex. What would you do? If I was you, I would just let my hard mode streak go longer. Hit, uh, I don't know where you are financially, health wise, and your life goals. I would say go for those first. Then you can have sex anytime you want. There's no lack of women in this world. I'll tell you that right now. That put that on the back burner, okay? Get the most important things of your life. Is that the most important thing? If that's the most important thing, then you gotta get your priorities straight, okay? But I don't know. If you got everything else in order, then do 90 days. Do the bare minimum 90 days so that you always know what it feels like and you can always come back to it at times of need. But do 90 days so that the women that you'll be with will be much higher quality. They won't be just some slutty chick off the street, you know what I mean, that you met at a party somewhere. It won't be some low quality chick that, gets hammered drunk or has tattoos all over her arms or something like that, or just has a shitty personality. At least she'll be a good, high quality woman. Do a good extended streak. Do 90 days. Do 90 days. I recommend everybody just so you can spread the word to everybody else after that. Because then you'll be, if you're only at day 20, you haven't seen the real benefits yet. Just wait till you hit higher numbers. You'll see. You'll see. Just trust me. You'll see. Basically, it seems like the extra energy you get on NoFap is spent aligning the mind to appreciate art you didn't like in the past. That's true. I agree with that 100%. Definitely, some of the energy goes to that. What is the goal number for semen retention length? Is it 90 days, 120 days, or 60 days, or 6 months? I hear a lot of people say between 60 and 70 days is the magic number. That's like the one that comes up the most. I've noticed that to be true. But also, there's a lot of people, very rational people, that have said um, that they were feeling a lot of amazing things. A lot of the things that everybody talks about, they say, but they say that if you can go 6 months, something amazing happens. And I haven't gone 6 months. So I don't know, but they say something amazing. So I'm excited for that. They say that everything changes at 6 months. You go from what we call superpowers today to something that lacks words. I don't know. Okay, last question. Okay, bro, thank you a lot. Okay, that's it. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good day and stay strong, all right?